Hi, my name is Valerie, and I'm a Communications Studies major at San Francisco State University. Throughout this major, it's been really crucial that I understand how to read and critically assess primary scholarship. So when I'm talking about primary scholarship, I'm talking about something that is original work. And so whoever created that original body of work is the rightful owner to that body of work. This differs from secondary scholarship because secondary scholarship is just an interpretation of the primary scholarship of that original piece of work. Secondary scholarship usually will give us a summary of the primary scholarship, and although the facts will usually remain consistent, the interpretation of those facts may differ from primary to secondary scholarship. Another reason why we have to be able to critically evaluate the work is that we have to understand maybe if these findings aren't complete, maybe not everybody is represented in one group. This can happen a lot. For example, in an article or in a research study actually that I read about same-sex parents versus opposite-sex parents in terms of how they can handle internal and external struggles within a family. They only studied one age group, so the participants were between aged 35 and 45. So you're not getting a good example of the entire population. So that's understanding that and being able to detect that is part of reading and evaluating these primary scholarships critically. One example of when I've evaluated primary scholarship in the past is from a paper in my Communications 565 course, which was rhetorical theory. I was analyzing Aristotle's book Rhetoric and ultimately coming to my own conclusions about what he said in that book. I had to evaluate many aspects of rhetoric in terms of what Aristotle was saying about it. I also applied it to my own life and pulled in examples to decide whether I ultimately agreed with what Aristotle was saying about rhetoric. And I also used my prior knowledge of this topic to analyze what Aristotle was trying to convey in terms of his argument. My evaluation of his work actually required a lot. I had to read, I had to analyze my findings, I had to evaluate them, and then I had to reconstruct his article. And it not only helped me to understand really what rhetoric is, but it taught me to understand rhetoric through my own experiences and my own worldview, which helped me ultimately understand the concepts a lot better. The knowledge I've gained at SF State as a Communication Studies major surrounding scholarship has only helped me become a better researcher, and I'm able to find more credible, unbiased sources. And I'm also able to take the information that I learn in these texts, in these primary sources, and apply it to my own life. It's also helped me become a more analytic reader. I'm able to get my information in maybe a more original context as well, so I can understand if what I'm reading is a primary or secondary source. Maybe if I'm reading a secondary source, I want to go find the primary source so I can read the original piece of work. And it's helped me to apply it to many different contexts, like academic, political, professional, and even personal situations. And through mastering of this concept, I've advanced my understandings of communications as a whole.